सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। चैतन्यं सर्वगं सर्वं सर्वभूतगुहाशयम् यत्सर्वविषयातीतं तस्मै सर्वविदे नमः। द्रष्टुश्रोतृ तथा मंत्र विज्ञात्रेव तदक्षरम् द्रष्टाद्यन्न तद्यस्मात् तस्माद्द्रष्टाहमक्षरम् स्थावरं जङ्गमं चैव द्रष्टृत्वादिक्रियायुतम् सर्वमक्षरमेवातः सर्वस्यात्माक्षरं त्वहम्। तदक्षरं द्रष्टु श्रोतृ तथा मन्त्रु विज्ञातृ एव तदक्षरम्। तदक्षरम् एव, one that is well known as the drashtu, the seer, shrotru, the hearer, mantru, the thinker, vijñātu, the knower, tat aksharam eva, that is indeed sarvadhisthānam brahmayava iti yojana. That's what the Shruti says. Adrushtam drashtru, ashrutam shrotru, amatam mantru, avijñātam vijñātru iti. The drashtru or the seer is qualified by saying adrushtam drashtru. Unseen seer, unheard hearer, unthought thinker, unknown knower, not just a knower. So Atma is usually, I take myself to be drashta, shrota, manta, vijñāta, which I am. What kind of drashta? Adrishta drashta, ashruta shrota, amata manta, avijñāta, avijñāta, vijñāta. When those qualifications are added, then adrishta drashta, when you say that, from drashta, when drishtatam drashta also is drishta, is known, when that aspect is removed, then drashta no more remains drashta in the primary sense, he just becomes. That drashtutvam, when it is removed from drashta, then what remains is simply aksharam, immutable Brahman consciousness. There is a way to help us understand our true nature as Brahman or consciousness. Because that I am drashta is something that is set into me, in which I am rooted. Or I am Shrota, I am Manta, I am Vijnata. So we are asked to deliberate upon this drashta, I the drashta. That from the drashta, drop the drishtutvam, the drishyatvam also. Drashta who is not drishya, adrishya drashta. Ashrita Shrota. The Shruta should not be heard, Drashta should not be seen, Manta should not be thought of, Vijnana should not be known. That kind of Vijnata Manta. That just leaves only consciousness. Yan manasanamante ina ahurmanomatam tadeva brahmatvam vidhi. So, सर्वाधिष्ठानं ब्रह्मवेद योजना सो केन प्रमाणेन तद आत्मिकत्वं ज्ञातुं शक्यं. What's the pramana? What's the means? These vakya is the pramana. Vakya is adrishtam, drashtru. That's a vakya. So that vakya becomes pramana, means of knowledge, to enable you to know your true nature. So I am drashta. What kind of drashta I am? Adrishta drashta. Ashruta shruta. Amatamanta. That vakya becomes pramana. Meaning deliberate upon the meaning of the statement and seeing the meaning is the means of knowing myself. Because the meaning of that statement is myself, is a self, that is Brahman, that is Aksharam, immutable. So this is the way the Shruti helps us. The language of paradox may say unseen, seer, etc. That is being said because I am convinced that I am a seer and I am a hearer and I am a thinker and I am a knower. That is my conviction about myself. Look at that I and recognize that the seer that you think you are is unseen, seer, unheard, hearer. The drushya part, the shruta part, the mata part, the vijnata part, drop it. So this is also neti ultimately. Adrushtam is the negation from drashta. Ashrutam is negation from the shruta. In that sense, Shruti becomes a pramanam by negating what, because we said that the I is always experienced by me or even known by me. That I, the non-I, is also mixed up together. So Shruti helps us recognize the non-I part and helps us to let go, neti. And that way I remain what I am. I don't have to become what I am. In my existing knowledge about myself, the non-self part has to be let go by recognizing it as such. Same passage in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, Nanyat atah asti drashtru, Nanyat atah asti shrotru, Nanyat atah asti vijnatru. He is adrishtam drashta. Then it is further said, Nanyat atah asti, other than this there is no drashta. Not there are many drashtas in different upadhis. First, what kind of drashta I am? Adrishta drashta I am. Secondly, what kind of drashta I am? The non-dual drashta I am. There is no drashta other than this, means other than I, no shrota other than I. So second line explains that drashtradyananda tadyasmat drashtradi pratyak swaruvam tasmadakshat anyat na bhavati. Tat. drashtradi. So the Pratyak Swarupam, now that you recognize Adrishta Drashta, that Pratyak Swarupam, that essential nature of yourself, is Anyatna Bhavati Tasmat Aksharad Anyatna Bhavati. The Aksharam that was described in the first line, that Drashta, that I am is not different from that Akshara. Tasmat Drashta Aham Aksharam Yasmat Avishayabhutam Eva Advayam. Will say Adrushtam Ashrutam Amara means Arasar Vishayatitam Avishayam. That's how subject is described. Who is subject? That which is devoid of the objectivity. How do we describe the subject? Object is something that I know what it is. And therefore that which is devoid of the objectiveness or objectivity. Tasmat Drashtaham Asmi Aksharam iti upasamhara. Therefore, I am immutable, non-dual, shining consciousness, that is Drashta. It's called Drashta only in a secondary sense, which I have said a number of times, that actually darshanam cannot take place without the presence of the consciousness, and that's why it is called Drashta. Katham Advayatmatva Siddhi. Because etasmin khali khalo akshay gargi akasha otascha protascha shrutyartham. The later part of the same passage. That akasha, everything actually is everything is dependent upon akasha. It reduces to akasha. One thing into other, the effect into the cause, and ultimately everything resolves into akasha. Next question is Kasmin Nukhalu Akasha Otas. Therefore, the answer is Etasmin Nukhalu Akshara Gargi Akasha. Gargi asks Kasmin Akasha Otasya Protasya. What is in which Akasha also is, has its existence, its being. Everything has its being in Akasha. What is it in which Akasha is its being? This Otasya Protasya having the being. That Aksharam immutable pervades the Akasha, means Akasha is being in Aksharam immutable. That's the real nature of Akasha. If Akasha is everything, everything that is physical, then Akshara is Akasha, all there is Aksharam, immutable, non-dual. Upadhi, Upahitam, Upadhi, Adhayasya Saram Aksharam eva. Ataham Aksharam Sarvasya Atma Surupam Navanyat Kimapi Asti. All the earlier passage also said that anyway. Drashtadanyat nat tasmad aksharat. But anyway, that akshara I am, and then the akshara is non-dual is what this passage says. The earlier verse says that I am the drashta shota adrushta drashta. Adrushta drashta, that I am akshara, immutable, and that akshara is non-dual. This is how the thought process proceeds. Now continuing with the verse 22. Sthavaradi aksharamiti ukte. So, kasmin akasha otascha protascha etasmin khul akshare akasha ot. So, in akshara immutable, akasha is its being. Sthavaradi saram. Everything beginning from Sthavara, Prithvi, the gross, all of which has its being in the Akasha. And Akasha is being in Akshara. So Akshara is what? Akshara is that, or immutable is that, Brahman is that, which is Akasha also, in which Akasha is contained, or Akasha, which is Adhisthana, or I should say Atma of Akasha. Therefore, one may think that the idea of the Akasha goes along with Akshara also, because Akasha has being Akshara. Does it mean that when you know Akshara, immutable as yourself, then Akasha also is included, Upadhi also is included? So Akasha can be called Upadhi of Akshara. That's Upadhi. Upahitam, what is conditioned by Akasha, that therefore Brahman, conditioned Brahma is called Upahitam. Upadhi Adhar hai, Akasha becomes Adhar of the Upadhi, or even Brahman becomes the Adhar of the Upadhi. They are all Visheshanas, qualifications. So when you know Brahman, Aksharam, does it mean that the knowledge comes along with the knowledge or awareness of Akash also? Does the awareness of Akshara immutable, is it accompanied by the awareness of Akash also? Because it is said that Akash has this being in Akshara or Brahman. So when you know Akshara as yourself, in that awareness of yourself, Akshara, is there also awareness of Akasha, because Akasha is included in Akshara? Sthavaradi sarvam Aksharam iti ukte. To declare that Akshara is non-dual, to say that everything has its being in Akshara, that is Akasha. So Sthavaradi sarvam, beginning from something that is Sthula or Prithvi, has being in Akasha. So all of this is Aksharam. To establish Akshara is non-dual, all of this is immutable, all the Brahman. Saprapanchameva Aksharam. It looks like Akshara is always accompanied by Akasha or Prapancha. Now this is to now reveal or let us understand that even though Akasha is being in Aksharam, they do not enjoy the same degree of reality. It is like the snake having its being in the rope, and therefore the awareness of rope doesn't come with the awareness of snake. That's what is intended to be conveyed here. Saprapanchameva Aksharam Atmayati Pratibhasa Shankam Varayan. That Akshara is appears in Akasha like the red color may appear in the crystal. Does it mean that the crystal always is red, or awareness of crystal always accompanied by awareness of redness? Is that what is meant? The Akasha, this red, has its being in crystal, when you say. Looks like then crystal is qualified by redness. So no. Redness is the Upadhi. So Pratibhasa Shankam Varayan Agamikam Atmajnanam Sphuteti. Agamikam Atmajnanam. The Atmajnana, that is the real Agama of scripture. That's all the Pramana we have. And so, what is Agamikam Atmajnana? How do Agama, the Upanishads, reveal the nature of Atma? That's how Atma is. Not what you think or what you arrive at. And so, next one says, verse 22, Akarya Sheshamatmanam Akriyatma Kriya Phalam Nirmamam Nirahankaram Yah Pashyati Sapashyati. So Prapancha is negated here in Aksharam. Akarya Shesham. Shesha means that which is Anga, or a part of, or a fraction of, or associated Karya. Akarya Shesham. Is it that Karya or Karma, the Shesha, or a part of Atma? Shesha and Sheshi, part and whole. Is karma in any way connected with Atma? Then karma will become part of Atma or connected to Atma. Akarya Shesham Atmanam Akriyatma Kriyaphalam. Then Kriya and Kriyaphalam also, the Atma is divided of them. So the Tika says Akarya Sheshatvam Akartrutvam. So that is because Karya and Kriya are the same thing. So Karya Sheshatvam meaning Kartrutvam. Karya Sheshatvam Kartrutvam. If Atma is Karta, then we become Karya Shesha, meaning that then the Kriya, the Karma would become a part of the Atma. But Atma is Akarta, therefore Akriya Shesha, Atma is unconnected to with Kriya or Karma by way of being Akarta. Tatra hetu, how do you say Atma is Akarta? So this is what the Shastra reveals. Agamikam Atma Jnanam. Akriyatma Kriyaphalam. Because Atma is Akriyat Kriyatma Phala, therefore it is Akarya Shesha. So Akriyatma Kriyaphala means what? Akriyatma is Kriya Swarupa. Atma means Swarupa. Akriyatma means Kriya Swarupa. Kriyatma and Kriyaphalam. Sat Phalam. So Kriyatma and Kriyaphalam. Kriyatma, Kriya Swarupa of the nature of karma. Kriyaphalam of the nature of the result of the karma. Then the akara is added the negative particle, so meaning that which is devoid of being the nature of karma or nature of karma phala, which is not karma and karma phala. Akari Shesham is Akarta, and therefore not karma nor is karma phala. Kriya tat phala samsarga shunyam iti, or you can say that, as you can say it is not kriya phala, or it is free from the association with kriya and kriya phala. That kriya and kriya phala have no reach to Atma. It is like the Adhisthana and Adhyaropa. Kutah? Why do you say that Atma is Akarta, not Kriya, not Kriya Phalam? Yata next one says, next one, Nirmamam, Nirhankaram, Yaf Pashyati, Sa Pashyati. Nirmamam because it is devoid of mamatva or devoid of the mindness, devoid of sense of ownership. So karma is not mine, karma phala is not mine. See, karma phala, I would be connected with the karma. You are the owner of karma, I am the bhokta. So, akriya swarupa means I am not karta, aphala swarupa means what? I am not bhokta. Nirmama, that I am devoid of the mamakara, sense of ownership. Because I am not aham, the sense of I-ness is not there, meaning the sense of individuality is not there, therefore sense of mindness is not there. Now you have to connect how this means a kriyatmakam, So kriyatma kriya phalam. Because the Tika says kutah. Why is Atma Kriya Tat Phala Samsarga Shunya? Atma is devoid of the association or any attachment or relation with the Kriya and Kriya Phala. For Atma is Vilakshan, distinct from Kriya and Kriya Phala and Kartrutva. Why? Nirmamatvam. So what's the connection? Mamakara and Kartrutva and Kriya Phala you have to think about. And why nirvama? Nirhankara. Hankara is there, mamakara can be there. Evidam atmaram. Kartrukanaphala bhavat, yes, that is true. But the point is, just because I am nirmama, how does that make me akarta, abhokta? I mean, you can perhaps, but by long stretch, you have to connect somehow. So, Tikakara simply says, Kriya tat phala samsarga shunyam or Kriya so tat phala vilakshanam. Atma is not karma phala, not karta. Or Atma is divided of the association of karta, karma and karma phala. Why? Because there is no mamakara. Meaning nothing is connected to Atma. Mama means something possessed by me, and there was something connected to me. I am not possessed of kartrutvam, karma, karmaphalam. That's what you can say. And why is it so? Because no ahankara. Mama is only the sixth case of aham, asmat. It means connected to, related to Atma. Yah pashyati evam vidam atmanam, yah samyak pashyati Saiva Tattvadarshi ityatah. One knows one's own self in this manner. All of this is in connection with karma. That is why it is described this way. There are many ways of describing Atma, but the reference to karma, akarta, karmani, akarmayah pashed, in that manner described. Saiva Tattvadarshi. Atmavidah ahankaravad akarma sheshatva uktam. So Atma is not aham, therefore is not karta. Atma is not the owner, therefore is not karma phala bhokta, etc. So kartrutva, bhoktritva are the nature of ahankara. And being possessed of karma, you can call it mamakara. So akarma sheshatva uktam. Atma is in no way connected to part of karma, not related to karma. Uktam prapanchayan, that is further elaborated. How Atma Vidha, the knower of the self, ahankara, because the self knows and therefore it doesn't have ahankara, mamakara. Therefore is akarma shesha, this was said earlier. That idea is elaborated, tasya krutakrityatam aha. Now the Atmagni is krutakritya is being said in the next verse. Mamahankara yatnechaha shunya eva svabhavatah Atmaniti yadijñātam ādhvam svasthah kimihitaihi. Mama means mamatva. Ahankara is ahantva. Yatna ichcha shunya. So the mamakara, ahankara, yatna means karma and ichcha. Svabhata shunyaha. By nature they are void, meaning that they have no content. So when you look at what mama is, what aham is, what yatna is, what ichcha is, when you investigate into the nature of those, they will turn out to be shunya, contentless. The content will be Atma, all right. Atma, the consciousness, content, everything by itself. Mama has no meaning. Mama is no content. Mama, aham, etc. are made up of nothing, avidya only. All of these resolved into avidya or ignorance. Ignorance is the content of them. Nothing real is the content of mama, aham, ichcha, yatna. All of these have their being only in ignorance. So shunyaha eva svabhavataha. By svabhava, they are shunya, they are void, they are non-existent really. like the snake is non-existent svabhavataha. That's what Tikakara says. Avidya prayukta dehadi abhimanam vira na santi ityartha. This ahankara, mamakara, karma, even ichcha, they cannot have their being unless there is the identification of upadhi because of ignorance. Not knowing what my true nature is, I take as myself what I am not. Otherwise, there was no occasion for me to take this body as myself, or the sense organs, prana, mind as myself. That occasion comes only when I do not know what my true nature is. Therefore, I take as myself what I am not. That's the nature of buddhi. To conclude something, to judge something. So buddhi does not know the true nature of Atma, therefore it experiences body, I am the body, I am the mind, it says. Avidya prayukta dehavimanam. Dehavimanam, the identification of the deha, etc., cannot be without avidya, ignorance of self. Therefore, these will not have been there, ahankara, mamakara, yatna, ichcha would not have been there had ignorance not been there. So they all reduce to ignorance ultimately. So Atmani, in Atma they are not there. Just as the snake has no being in the rope, so also all of these have, they don't have being in Atma. They exist, they appear to be there as long as ignorance of Atma is there. As long as rope ignorance is there, so long the snake appears to be there. But other than the ignorance, the snake has no existence. And snake has no existence in rope. So also all these have no existence in Atma. Iti yadi jnatam. That these are not there in Atma, I am ever free, I am ever devoid of the karta, karma, even ichcha, yatna, I am devoid of them by myself. Iti yadi jnatam. If this is how you know yourself, says he mumukshavaha, iti evam jnatam tarhi. He mumukshu, if you really know yourself in this manner, if you are the knowledge of the true nature of the Atma is akarta, abhokta, nirmamo, nirahankara. If that's how you know yourself, then swasthaha santah advam. This is our advam swasthaha. Swasthaha santah advam. Advam tishtata, remain. Therefore, swasthaha, then nirvigraha santah advam. O my disciples, may you now remain free from all vigrata, free from all anxieties, all distractions, all disturbance, become totally calm and composed and, tranquil. With idea that I am aham, or this is mine, I am karta, I am bhokta, I have desire, this is what causes vyagrata, or this is what causes conflict in my mind. All anxieties and worries and sadness is all created by this. If this ignorance is not there, meaning these notions about myself are not there, then I am a karta as a cause of vyagrata. Means that I am distracted, I am restless, I am unhappy. Ahankara, mamakara, ichcha, yatna, all of these cause vyagrata, anxiety in me. If I know that I am devoid of all of this, there is no existence in me, then there is no cause of vyagrata. Atma cannot become cause of vyagrata. Anatma cannot become cause of vyagrata. It is the joining of the two that is causing Merely yatna, ichha, etc. It also cannot cause vyagrata. That's why I know that I don't have that. Then the wise person can play his role. He can perform karma knowing that I am not karta, then karma doesn't create vyagrata. Kim ihitaihi. Iha means also chesta. Ihitaihi karmavihi kim krutyam. What is to be accomplished by karma now? So this adhvam is the rupa of the root as. As means to sit, as upaveshane, sitting. The second gana to gana atmanipada. This Lord, the second person, plural, adhva, adhvam. Mokshava adhvam, may you now sit down. May you become quiet, may you relax. Because kim ihitaihi. Now, what is for you? What is to be accomplished by any activity? No, that's what also causes anxiety. I have to do this and do that. I should do that, then only this will happen. No, that will not happen. Therefore, iha, chesta, karma, when connected with me, then causes vyagrata or anxiety. But karma kim krutyam. Hey, you have nothing to accomplish by karma. Jnananeva kritakrityatvat, because you are kritakritya by knowing that you are a karta, abhokta. Karmanya karma pashet, akarmaja karmya, sabuddhimam manasheshu, sayukta, kritsna karma krit. He has accomplished all the karma, that's called kritakritya. And secondly, कर्मणाम च अनधिकृत कृतानाम विफलत्वाच्च इत्यर्थः. When unadhikrita person, if unqualified person performs karma, then that karma does not yield any outcome for him. Karma may bring about outcome, but not for the person performed by a person who is unqualified. So a wise person who does not have kartrutva is unqualified to perform karma. If he performs karma, then also is nothing, you won't get any benefit at all. So disciples, now there is no benefit of karma. Number one, that you are devoid of karma and therefore you are already kritakritya, therefore no reason for karma. Secondly, if you perform karma without kartrutva, that karma will not yield any outcome also for you, any for you also. Number one, you do not need any benefit, therefore no need for karma. And secondly, as akarta, you perform karma, that it doesn't produce any benefit. Kim ihitahi, kim karma vihi krutyam. What is to be accomplished by karma? So, that now akartrutvam or total freedom from karma is the result of the knowledge. Dehadi atirikta atmajnanavatah. That now I know myself as different from body. So ahankara. You say that dehadi abhimanam, avidya prayukta dehadi abhimanam. Abhimanam, identification with dehadi, is prompted or created by because of avidya. Now that avidya is gone, I know I am not dehadi. Then also a question is asked here, dehadi atirikta atma jnanavatah. Now that I know that I am dehadi atirikta, I am different from the body. Sarveshu parlokika karmaso adhikara abhyogamaad. The Mimamsakas say that Atma is karta bhokta, Atma is devoid of the body, body I am not. But karta bhokta I am. If I perform karma in this loka, then I will gain the benefit of result in another loka. So parlokika, no ihalaukika. A person ignorant person also has the adhikara for performing the karma in this world for his abhyudaya. But as far as the karma which enables him qualified to go to Swarga, he should know that I am not the body. A Charvaka who takes body to be the self, he is not qualified because he doesn't believe in Swarga also. Therefore he is not, cannot perform, doesn't perform karma which will lead him to Swarga. A Mimamsaka knows that body I am not. So that when I perform the karma here, I will be able to reap the benefit in Swarga. And everybody knows his body does not come to Swarga, so I am different from body. That knowledge Mimamsaka has. So he thinks that is Atma Jnana. And therefore I am a karta, therefore I will be bhokta. So parlaukika karmasu adhikara abhyavagamat. A Mimamsaka also who knows that dehadi vitariktoham, he also is qualified for performing karma which will lead him to the paraloka swarga. Atmavid also is like that. Atmavid also knows the self as dehadi vitarikta. Sounds like you are similar to Mimamsaka. Therefore, safalam karma iti. Therefore, you say that earlier. Karmanam anadikrutanam vifalatvat. You Shishyas or you wise people, if you perform karma, then also that karma will not yield any result because you are unqualified to perform karma. This is who says you are unqualified? The one who knows you are unqualified because you know that you are not dehadi. That was earlier verse. This verse says even those who know they are not dehadi, like Mimamsakas, they are also qualified to perform karma. Meaning that the karma performed by a person who knows the self is different from dehadi also yields result. That karma takes you to Swarga. How do you say that the karma doesn't yield result? The last karma vifalatvat. Karma is not vifala. Karma will bring you the result in the other world. So safalam karma iti. So for Atmavid also, safalam, his karma also will produce result. Iti ashankya. Why do you say Atmavid karma will not produce? Gata sangasya muktasya jnana avasya cetasa yajnaya cha karma samagram praviliyate. Say karma phala is not there. No, it will be there according to this. Iti ashankya. Tasya atmavitvameva nasti. The person who knows himself as dehadi dirikta and thinks he is karta bhokta doesn't know the Atma anyway. We don't call him Atmavit. You may call him. Just by knowing myself different from dehadi doesn't make me Atmavit. He may continue to take himself a karta bhokta, then he doesn't have the knowledge of the true nature of Atma. That is what is said in the next verse, verse 24. Yoham kartaram tatha vettarameva cha vetyanatmagnya eva so yonyathagnassa atmavita. So vetya, not vetya, Veti anatmagnya, that's the sandhi. Yah ahankartaram atmanam veti, vettaram evacha atmanam veti. Who takes atma as ahankartaram, that I am a karta, ahankarta, or vetta, I am karta, bhokta, vetta, or pramata. Anatmagnya eva so. He is not atmagnya, he is anatma. Meaning he takes anatma to be atma. When I take myself as karta, the kartatvam belongs to prakriti. Therefore I take prakriti as atma, therefore it is called anatmagnya, meaning taking anatma as atma. So kartaram, vettaram, kartrutva, vetrutva, all of these are the attributes of Prakriti. So when I take myself karta, vetta, then I take Prakriti as myself, anatma as myself, anatmagnya. Kastari atma viditi. The person who takes another karta and vetta is anatmagnya, taking anatma as atma. Kastari atmagnya. Who is the one who knows the atma correct, rightly? Yah anyathagnya sa atmavit. Yah anyathagnya. Meaning one who knows oneself differently. Other than that, yah kartaram, ajñātaram, abhoktaram cha atmaham janati. So this Mimamsaka who knows Atma is Dehatirakta and still takes himself to be Karta Bhokta, Sthula Sharira I am not, but Sukshma Sharira he identifies with. Sukshma Sharira is that which goes from one loka to other loka. Sukshma Sharira is by which the karma is performed, which will experience the result also. He doesn't know the Atma. Akartaram, Ajñātaram, Abhoktaram knows that now I am not even Sukshma Sharira also. Saha Atma Tattvavit, he is the knower of the true nature of the self. Kimiti Karta Atma is Janato na Atma Vitvam. Why do you say that one who takes himself Karta is not an Atma Jnani, is not an Atma Vit? Atmaneva kartrutvadi pratibhasaditi. The kartrutva, the doership, where does it shine? Where do you feel doership? Doership, do you feel in the body? Or in the mind? The doership only appears in Atma, really. Is it not so? If doership was in mind, then you know Atma is. But you know Atma is Karta. Therefore, Kartrutvam, doership only appears in Atma. Why do you say Atma is not a doer? Kimiti Karta Atma is, because the Kartrutvam is only recognized, seen in Atma alone, meaning that Kartrutva comes with Atmatva also. Kartrutva is not recognized by me as something different from me. The Kartrutva always goes with Aham. So, Atmaneva Kartrutvadi Pratibhasad. The Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva, Jñātrutva, all of these, they all appear, shine in Atma, all and they are always associated with Atma like the red color in the crystal. So, how do you say crystal is not red? Because red appears only in crystal. So also Kartrutva, Bhoktrutva, Jñātrutva all appear only in Atma. How do you say they are not nature of Atma? Iti ashankya. Kartru aviveka nibandhanoyam brahma iti. In that there is still an aviveka, that the color doesn't belong to crystal, belong to in a flower, for example, another object, substance. So even though the red color appears in crystal, appears to be nature of crystal, appears to be. Red color appears where crystal is, and still it is not where crystal is. The red color appears where crystal is, and still it is not where crystal is. Kartrutva appears where Atma is, and still it is not where Atma is. So that Viveka is not there. Kartru aviveka nibandhanoyam brahma. That Viveka, that even though the Atma, Anatma, Atma and Karta seems to shine together, but Atma shines as subject and Kartru shines as object. They are not in the same location. These two things are therefore lumped together, and that's aviveka nibandhanoyam brahma. Therefore the Brahma karta aham, where kartrutva belongs to buddhi, and they are lumped together, and I conclude karta aham. Idapi Prityaha. Therefore, next verse is Yathanyatvepi tadatmyam dehadishvatmano matam तथा कर्तव्य विज्ञानात् फलकर्मात्मतात्मनः. But when they appear together, how can you say that Atma is not Karta? Then how can they appear together? When two things are distinct, how can you take them to be one? So here the example is given, illustration. So, Dehadeshu Atmana Tadatmam Matam Anyatvepi. Now we are talking to Mimamsaka, who accepts Atma as Dehad Anya. That much he accepts. So even though the Deha shines along with Atma and therefore I take myself Deha habitually, but just because the Deha seems to shine with Atma and therefore I say Dehoham, but I know that Deha I am not, that's what Mimamsaka says. How does he say that? Because he knows that I am going to experience the result of the karma I am performing here. He also knows that body is going to remain here, turn to ashes, doesn't come to Swarga, and still I is there, therefore I am different from body. That's how Mimamsaka knows that even though here my notion is I am the body, I am not the body. So body becomes an illustration of something even though it is different from me, how I take it to be myself. So just because you take something to be yourself doesn't mean that is yourself. So body is an example. So Kartritva also is like that. So you take Karta, Bhokta as yourself, doesn't have to be so. Vedanta says you are a Karta, a Bhokta. But then some reasoning also should be provided. The Kartrutva, Bhoktritva cannot be in Atma, just as the Deha also appears in Atma, therefore I say Manushyoham, Vruddhoham, etc. So also Kartrutva, Bhoktritva can appear in Atma and I can say Kartaham, Bhoktaham. Just because I say or I feel doesn't mean that is right, because otherwise even Deha also I would have been. So therefore Tika says Yatha Paramatadha Dehadibhi Anyatvevi. Paramatha, in reality, even though I take the body to be myself, in reality I am different from body. That I know as a Mimamsaka. Atmanah Teshu Tadatma Adhyasikam Matamishtam. Even though there is an Adhyasika Sambandha with Deha, and therefore Teshu Tadatmam Ishtam. We still accept the Tadatmya Adhya, that by Adhyasa there is superimposition upon the body and its dharma upon Atma. So that is why I think that I am the body. So that much Mimamsaka accept. Even though it looks like the body is I, that's what I habitually take myself to be. And now analyzing I realize that I am not the body. Then how did you say that you are a body? Or how do you continue to say? Because there is Adhyasa. So Adhyasa of the body is accepted by Mimamsaka. That body appears to be in Atma and still not in Atma, so it is an appearance, a superimposition. That part is accepted. And same with Kartrutva, Bhoktritva also. What's the difference? Tatha akartuhu, abhoktuhu, avijnana, atmana, phalakaramatmata, mata, avijnana. Akartu avijnana, abhoktu avijnana. So just as because of the ignorance of the Atma, I took the body to be myself, similarly also because of the ignorance of true nature of Atma, who is akarta bhokta, I take myself to be karta bhokta. So ashariram sharireshu, not recognizing myself ashariraha, I took the sharira to be myself. Same reasoning goes, not recognizing I am akarta, I take myself to be karta. Not recognizing abhokta aham, I take myself to be bhokta. आत्मन फल कर्मात्मता मता. फलात्मता, कर्मात्मता, फलात्मता, भोक्तृत्व, कर्मात्मता, कर्तृत्व. Not knowing I am a karta, I take myself as karta. Not knowing myself as bhokta, I take myself as bhokta, experience the phala. So that is the word meaning of the verse. Then the Tikakar explains, यथा स्थूल देहात्मनो अभेद अभ्यासात् मनुष्यत्वादि अभिमानः. अभेद अभ्यास अध्यास स्थूल देहात्मनो. Sthula Deha and Atmano, that is the dual. Sixth case. Sthula Deha, just as of Sthula Deha and Atma. Abhedadhyasat, this Abhedadhyasa, mutual superimposition. Manushyatvad Abhiman, therefore has Abhimanam, the notion that Manusyoham. That notion is generated because of identification of the body. तथा अहंकार प्रधान. So this is the स्थूल शरीर. Next is this लिंग शरीर, सूक्ष्म शरीर. So Mimamsaka identifies the सूक्ष्म शरीर and says I am karta. But then, just as this, whatever rule applies with the identification also applies to सूक्ष्म शरीर. In that mana ahankar is pradhanam. So ahankar pradhana linga deha avivekat. So these are the ideas which are centered upon aham, kartrutvam, bhoktritvam, vijñātrutvam. They are all aham. Where is aham? Aham means sukshma sharira. So manaha, buddhi, chittam, aham. The aham vritti is one and then the other are idam vrittis. Aham vritti is the primary vritti. Therefore, ahankara pradhana linga deha avivekat. Aviveka. Not being able to separate the Atma from the Sukshma Sharira, Linga Sharira, Kartritvad Abhimana. Therefore, the Abhimana notion that I am a Karta, Bhokta, Vijñāta, Mithya Buddhi. Kartru Abhimana means Mithya Buddhi. This is a false notion that I am a Karta, Bhokta. Vidhi. So in a very systematic manner, different ideas arising from ignorance are analyzed, and the teacher shows how they are false by showing where is the fallacy involved in my thinking. So we have the conclusions about the self that we have on account of a certain thinking pattern that we have. We have not arrived at this conclusion thoughtlessly. I mean, now it has become nature-like, but it is result of some kind of thinking. So that thinking is now put into examination to test whether that thinking is right. It is wrong thinking that you have come to this conclusion. With right thinking, you can become free from them. Okay, all right. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Om Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.